This is the time when normally we'd be dimming the house lights in the Sam Noble Event Center down the hall, and several hundred people would be applauding the start of the evening's festivities. Things being as they are, you'll have to employ a little theater of the mind for the applause. But hey, at least we're here, and welcome to the 11th annual Celebration of Recovery to benefit A Chance to Change, coming to you in COVID-modified form from the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum in Oklahoma City. I'm Brian Davis, and as a Chance to Change alumnus, I'm especially excited to be your master of ceremonies this evening. This event is always special, and even more so this year, as it's our first ever virtual event. We'd like to begin by sharing some highlights of our past few celebrations of recovery.
Broken down and tired.
I had to reach out and say, I need help.
I hit rock bottom, and there was a real fear there that I'm going to die, and I don't want to.
But I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out.
Your presence here tonight is a gift of hope for many who you may never know or see.
2016 recipient of the Jim McGinnis Award, Marsh Pittman.
Ken Davidson. What's in front of us is a lot more important than what's behind us.
Chief, congratulations.
The Community Impact Award, my friend, Dr. George Young.
I was approved for the A Chance to Recover program. The results of that type of investment are in real time every single day of my life.
Thanks for everybody's support here.
A positive impact in the community.
We are so proud of you, Dad.
2019 Jim McGinnis Award winner, Tony Say.
I have recommended A Chance to Change to every person that I know, whether that has been for marital issues, addiction issues, grief issues, because you guys treat so much here, and so many of those factors in your life overlap.
We get to do the great work that delivers hope and puts families back together.
I want to thank all of you. Please support this place.
Family stronger than ever, and I don't believe that we could be here today without A Chance to Change and all the help.
Oh, how beautiful the smiles on the faces of those who have braved their biggest fears to get help.
We celebrate the thousands of lives saved.
The fight is not over, and we will never give up.
This is actually a night of several firsts. A Chance to Change is also excited to host its first ever online silent auction, which is already open. Go ahead and sign up right now at actc.ggo.bid. That's actc.ggo.bid. When you get to the homepage, you'll establish an account so that you may begin bidding on the silent auction, which stays live until tomorrow, April 1st at 5 p.m. We have some great items, and we'll tell you more about those shortly. At any point tonight, you may donate outright to A Chance to Change by texting COR21 to 44321. That's COR21 to 44321. Or you may give online at the website, achancetochange.org/celebration-of-recovery. Celebration of recovery, don't forget the hyphens. Heaven knows where you'll wind up otherwise. And this is huge. We are stoked to announce that our matching sponsors have stepped up big time. They're going to match up to $15,000 in donations. That means your gift is going to make double the impact. And speaking of your gift, it helps to facilitate low-cost or no-cost programs and services throughout the year for those who could not otherwise afford treatment that many of us have learned is essential to finding a way to a better life. This evening, we celebrate A Chance to Change and their tireless efforts to bring hope to thousands of Oklahomans who struggle with mental health, substance use, or behavioral disorders. Tonight, we come together as a community, which is key because it takes a community to help overcome pretty much any form of adversity. Tonight, you will hear testimonies about courage and inspiration. You will learn more about how A Chance to Change provides support and help for individuals and families, and about how this organization helps Oklahomans through the challenges they face on the road to recovery. In addition, you'll meet this year's honorees for the Community Impact Award and the Jim McGinnis Award. Right now, to tell you about the impact A Chance to Change has made during the very challenging year just past, let's welcome their extraordinary leader and CEO, Janine Bella.
Thank you, Brian. Thanks for being here tonight. Wow, as I think about 2020 and what the last 13 months have held for all of us, of ups and downs and everything in between. I can't even imagine what most people have been thinking about or going through, even when I think about what we've been dealing with at A Chance to Change, and it's been a tough one. But I'll tell you what, we've been able to stick through it because of you, our donors and our supporters and our community partners. We just absolutely couldn't have done it without you. Last year at this time, we were canceling an event at the last minute and you stuck with us. This year, we were hoping that we could have an in-person event, but it just wasn't the time to make that happen. And you stuck with us through a virtual event. So thank you so much. We appreciate you, and we couldn't do it without you. Now I'd like to take a little bit of fun time and thank all of our donors from 2020 and 2021.
Thank you, Arnold Family Foundation. Thank you.
Thank you, Blake and Donna Wade. We appreciate you so much for all that you have done and continue to do for A Chance to Change and for our community.
Thank you, Dr. Anna Tubby and the Jimmy Foundation. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Ron and Gail. Kelly and David Ferroli, thank you for all you do. Thank you, Steve and Barbara, and thank you, OSCO.
Thank you, Marsh and the Pittman family for all that you've done for A Chance to Change over these many years.
Thank you, Susan and Carl. You always champion our mission. We appreciate you so much.
Thanks for your support, Presbyterian Health Foundation. Thank you.
Thank you, IBC Bank.
Thank you, McLaughlin's. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Shawver and Son. You're a great partner. Jimmy and Christy, thank you so much.
Thank you, Integris.
Thanks, Patsy. You're the best.
Thank you, Tony and Katie and Clearwater Enterprises.
We're a fan of Fred Jones Family Foundation. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara and Patrick Hill. We appreciate everything that you do.
Strockies, you are awesome. Thank you so much for the support.
Thank you, Floyd and Susan. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Paycom, for your support.
Thanks, Alden and Bill Snipes. We can always count on you.
Thank you, Greg Hathaway, for all your support.
Thank you so much to all of our supporters. And a big thank you to the supporters that helped this year. Everyone that made it possible with the online auction, Osteria, who has helped tremendously, and everyone on our committee. We couldn't do it without you. I also want to take a moment to talk about the leadership of A Chance to Change, our board of directors. The steadfast dedication that they provide to our staff and the community is something like I've never seen before. It truly is a privilege to get to work with these individuals every single day. They champion the mission of A Chance to Change. They live it and they love it, and we couldn't do it without you. And last but not least, I would like to thank the staff at A Chance to Change. Without you, we could not do what we do every single day, helping people put their puzzle pieces back together, saving lives, and moving the mission forward. You, along with everyone else, had all the challenges of COVID-19 in the last year. But with that said, you rose to the occasion and you served our community above and beyond, and you really made me and the board of directors very proud. I just want to say a big thank you for all that you do and all you give to our clients, to the community, and to the agency. Because of you, last year, we served over 15,000 service hours in over 80 Oklahoma communities. It was a year to remember, and you were a big part of that, and I couldn't be more proud. Thank you so much. Brian, back to you.
Thank you, Janine. Now, to our first award for the evening, the Community Impact Award. The Community Impact Award from A Chance to Change honors an individual in our community who uses their voice at the local or state level, and actually, in the case of tonight's honoree, the national level, to advocate for mental health and substance use services. This recipient collaborates with a variety of agencies to improve care for individuals and families, to create brighter futures for some of our most vulnerable citizens. This year's honoree is, among many other things, the former president of Integris Mental Health and co-founder of the James L. Hall Jr. Center for Mind, Body, and Spirit. His life's work means so much to so many. The Community Impact Award goes to Dr. R. Murali Krishna.
I'm a physician in Oklahoma for about 45 years, psychiatrist, and I've been involved in the mental health and prevention of mental illness and addiction in this community for decades, and I've been familiar with and work with A Chance to Change organizations from almost its inception.
I don't think there's anyone that's made more of an impact than Murali as it relates to behavioral health and brain disease.
Murali Krishna's voice has been heard throughout our community. He's a strong advocate for really kind of being a voice for the voiceless.
What Dr. Krishna has taught us is that this is a disease, and it's like any disease. It's not somebody's fault. If they approach it as a disease, and if their caregivers approach it as a disease, you can make remarkable progress in dealing with it.
One thing that Murali has taught us all is that we all have a story and we all have issues related to behavioral health.
I was born and raised in India in the early part of my life into a middle-class family, and we were a happy family. Our mother was the glue that kept our family together. Our home pretty soon became the happy home for the neighborhood. Then our mother became very ill, and one day she wouldn't come to the front door to receive us. We went inside and she was lying in the bed, staring into the space. Whatever was going on with her increased in severity over the next few weeks and few months, to the point that she became very dysfunctional. So our whole life changed upside down. We didn't know what's going on with her. She couldn't communicate. The doctors didn't know what's going on, and we went from doctor to doctor. We went from town to town trying to get treatment. So we went through a significant pain, emotional pain of seeing her suffer. And that went on year after year after year. After my mom's illness, I decided I want to know more about what's going on with my people like my mom. I worked hard for several years to get into medical school at a very early age. I decided to go to England to start specializing in brain sciences and mind sciences. My wife and I and our 3-year-old child came to Oklahoma in 1975 and became a psychiatrist here. So I decided I'm going to create institutions that'll help Oklahomans, creating things that will outlast me and help generations of people, helping Oklahomans understand the healing power of mind and body and spirituality.
We were working on Arcadia Trails and what we wanted to do, and it was during that time when he approached me and said, "Hey, do you want to help me write a book?" And the next thing you know, I am going to Murali's office every Thursday at 4 o'clock for many, many weeks, and helped him write his book.
Everyone should read his book, Vibrant. What I think he's made the greatest impact is really trying to eliminate the stigma associated with behavioral health. And he's done a phenomenal job. And I think it's because, more than anything, Murali gets it.
And when he opens up about his own experiences and pain around his mother's suffering and struggles, it just makes people feel at ease, and it makes them understand that we all face challenges. And we can all overcome and rise above. And even if you take Murali's route, you can do a lot of good with your own personal pain.
Most of the world is devastated by stress, especially right now. And just like stress reaction is devastating us, the Creator also created a healing system hardwired into our body. So that is one of the beauties of the work that our therapists do in Oklahoma at Chance to Change, is to help people discover their own inner healing capacity that they have already built in to them, but it's not discovered.
Murali Krishnan deserves this award tremendously, just for all of the work and heart and passion he puts into everything he does.
He has made such an impact on not only individual lives, but the state as a whole, and just the efforts he's made with Arcadia Trails and what he did at Integris before he retired, and what he continues to do.
And then also the Health Alliance for the Uninsured. He was such a driving force behind that. And so he's touched the lives of many, many Oklahomans, whether they know it or not.
If you or your loved one are suffering from a mental illness or addiction, please know that there is hope. No human being have to suffer alone. That's why we have wonderful organizations in Oklahoma like Chance to Change.
You know, during the pandemic, the rise in addiction rates, the rise in suicides, it's just more important than ever that we have these strong organizations like A Chance to Change that can really connect people and help whole families together.
I think that A Chance to Change has become an essential agency in what we're going to be fighting for years to come as it relates to just COVID.
An organization like Chance to Change that gives comprehensive services is vital at this time for Oklahomans. I think it is one of the best investments you can make into the future of Oklahomans by giving generously to Chance to Change. With a humble heart, I feel very honored, even though I know that this honor really belongs to many, many, many people out there. I'm a catalyst for many things that have happened. On behalf of all those people, I'm very honored to accept this award, and it's a long march, and we are making Oklahoma so much better in every way possible by your efforts, and I'm honored to be part of that.
Again, huge thanks to Dr. Krishna for all you do for the Oklahoma City community and beyond. Now, to tell us more about those silent auction items, it's my pleasure to introduce two wonderful members of the A Chance to Change board, Luke Pittman and Les Thomas Sr.
Good evening. I'm Luke Pittman, board member at A Chance to Change.
Hello, my name is Les Thomas Sr., a board member at A Chance to Change. When you visit the website, you will create an account and be ready to bid. All of our auction items will be available until tomorrow, April 1st at 5 p.m. But place your bids now. We have so many exciting silent auction packages to choose from, including our first auction item is a landscape consultation with free trees from Deep Fork Tree Farm. I know we lost a lot of trees during the ice storm.
I certainly did, Les. I couldn't believe how many trees I lost.
Yeah.
If I wasn't presenting this, I'd be on the phone calling for these trees right now.
Exactly, but you have an opportunity to bid, and it's valued at $5,000.
$5,000 value, folks. Don't miss this one.
Don't miss it.
Let's see, what's the next item? Oh, farm dinner for 14 at Dominica Farms. Let me tell you, this one hits close to me. Board member Jonathan Stranger is a chef. He'll be preparing a 5-course meal for you and your guests of choosing. You won't want to miss this beautiful spot. It's just right outside Oklahoma City in Arcadia. Not to be missed. It is excellent. Is this something you might be interested in, Les?
Absolutely. Number one, I like food, as you could tell. And then number two, I just like good people. You want a good scenery? This is the one right here.
Tough to beat this one.
Yep. Well, our next one, I don't know about you, but I like vacations. This is a 5-night stay in Santa Fe, New Mexico from Casa de Santa Fe. Come on now. So here's the thing. You get a gorgeous house, beautiful scenery. You get to relax and renew yourself. This is a package worth $2,500. I don't know about you, but I'm interested in this.
And after 2020, we all need to renew ourselves. Don't miss this item. It's going to be great.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Item number 4, a weekend trip to Chicago. This is a very special trip. The hotel you'll be staying at will be on Lake Michigan Avenue. Best shopping mile in all of the United States. There is 2 dinners. One will be at Sienna Tavern and the other will be at Bar Sienna. The value is $1,500. It's grossly undervalued. You need to get on this as soon as possible. $1,500, 2 dinners, 2 nights, Chicago?
And again, as I said, I like food. We know they have some of the best pizza in the world, and they got good popcorn too.
It's true. What's the next item? I know this is your favorite, Les.
So this next item, I have to remember to remain humble, and it's not about us. It's about benefiting other people.
Mental health.
Yes,
mental health in Oklahoma City.
This is a school down south. I think some people call it OU or something like that. However, I do know that a lot of people love this item, right? And so there will be a good game against Western Carolina. And here's the thing. We know that the stadium is really huge, and somehow they happen to have some parking close to it. Not sure, maybe because of the attendance or not, but you will not have to walk far to the game.
This next item is an exciting one. Straight for the Thunder to you. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Most people call him SGA because they can't say his name. But fine basketball player. We've got a wonderful jersey signed by SGA directly to you. Don't miss this one.
Yep. And it says 2019 NBA All-Rookie Second Team and 2018 NBA Draft first round pick. He was number 11. All right, next from CK & Company, we have this wonderful purse. We got a Francis Valentine, and it's an adjustable and a convertible valued at $250. You want to get this.
The next item is from Midtown Optics with a $430 value. If you're in the market for a really nice pair of Prada shades, don't miss out on this one.
I'm not sure about you, but my wife and I, we have a date night every week. This is a wonderful package of OKC fine dining, and you can see on your screen that there are restaurants that's connected to this that you could choose from where you can go out a value of $500.
The next item is 3 months delivery package by the Flower Truck. This is an excellent item for those who are very interested in spring, having spring at their house. Don't miss it.
But that's not it.
For those who like doing it themselves, the Florista will be a perfect package for you. You and another friend can go and learn from professionals how to make your own bouquets. I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. $275 value. Don't miss this one.
My father once told me that the lifespan of your engine is in your oil change. So here it is. We have an Expert Auto Care tune-up gift card that's valued at $100. So you want to make sure you get that oil change.
It's really good for those who haven't been driving during the COVID pandemic. Don't miss this one.
Yes.
Because we haven't had enough isolation during COVID, this one's great for all of us. It's from the Float Spa. For those who haven't done this, it's an excellent new thing to try to do. Sensory deprivation, you can do it in the dark, you can have it with music, or you can be quiet. I don't know how you want to do it, but I know don't miss it.
Yeah, this is one that I'm definitely interested in myself. So you don't want to miss this.
Don't miss it.
Don't miss it. Now, you name it, OKC, monogram and gift card. This is valued at $50. I don't know about you, but sometimes I'm not a vain person, but I want to see LDT on something. That stands for Leslie Dwayne Thomas.
Or LSP. I mean, you know.
Or OSU on something.
Or
so,
OU.
You know,
I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah. So anyway, there you go. Place your bid. We're
Don't
ready.
miss it, folks. Don't miss it.
Don't miss it. So place your bids. We are encouraging you to share this auction site with your friends and family. Remember to go to actc.ggo.bid. Brian, back to you.
Thanks, fellas. Great stuff. Man, Chicago, Santa Fe, I think I'm there. The bravest thing anyone can do is to ask for help. Working up the courage to reach out to a chance to change and start the journey to healing can be a monumental feat. And then maintaining the desire to continue that journey, that is where the magic happens. I say this from personal experience. There is addiction and codependence on every branch of my family tree. My father drank, my mother lost her life in the grip of chemical dependency. I recognized long ago that the coping skills you develop to survive that chaos as a kid usually don't translate into healthy adult behavior. About 5.5 years ago, I came to terms with my own need to get sober. This is the first time I have ever spoken publicly about my alcoholism, and I do so tonight because the team at A Chance to Change has been an essential part of my recovery, both on an individual level and also as I've worked with my wife Judy to create a relationship that is stronger now than it has ever been. That is powerful stuff for which I will be forever grateful. There are 4 other A Chance to Change clients, 1 individual and 3 members of another family who want to share their stories of struggle, dedication, and success at A Chance to Change. Let's meet them now.
I mean, born and raised in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Definitely have struggled with mental health myself for a while, as long as I can remember, honestly. I started using off and on when I got out of high school. Like, it was cocaine at first, and started dabbling in other stuff because I was bored, obviously. And it was a party type thing, starting out. I was in college and started using Adderall. The Adderall kind of went from that to the amphetamine every now and again. Last spring, before COVID hit, I just broken up with my ex. Then our dog passed away like a couple months after that. When COVID kind of first hit us here in Oklahoma, my job, we shut down for about 2 months. And so I had a lot of free time on my hands and a lot of boredom, and we got paid while we were shut down too. So those three things don't, go hand in hand when you're an addict. My addiction definitely got bad then. I just was using every day, and that was it. And finally, like one night, I was like sober. Kind of just hit me like, I have a problem and I need to get some help. I texted a friend that night and reached out to them and said, call me in the morning if you can. They're like, well, if you want. I have a friend who used to work with Chance to Change, called Chance to Change Up, and got set up with you guys. I mean, it was huge, honestly, like for the 12 weeks that you get, and then, for the 3 sessions you get a week. Nancy and I were talking in one of my sessions, and I was kind of in like that, I guess, like in a rut, because like with my, sobriety, and I was just kind of like, I was bored, honestly, and she was like, well, maybe you can kind of focus in on some of your talents and share that with others, and that'll help kind of get you out of that funk maybe, and also be able to, share your knowledge with them, and I guess kind of give back. And I hosted a leather ornament making class like last December. So I got together with a couple of people from one of my groups, and we just met up, and I taught them how to make an ornament for Christmas. So just kind of show them what I know how to do, and be able to share my talents with them. So it was cool to cool to watch them, to learn, and to actually be able to do something on their own. I've been sober for a little over 7 months now. Mental health is like a real thing, and it is a disease, but it's more than that, honestly, and it affects everybody every day, whether they know it or not.
I'm Sandy Drapeau, and this is Rick. We've been married 38 years. We have 6 kids. We were definitely having a lot of trouble in our relationship. After 30 years, we had pretty much ran it off in the ditch pretty bad. If we hadn't had Chance to Change, I'm pretty sure I'd be divorced. I was pretty hopeless when we started.
I was very difficult to live with because I was definitely all in or all out. There were traumas when I was younger and that I didn't even recognize had anything to do with the way that I processed information now. Through the counseling at Chance to Change, I learned that my childhood traumas affect my adult life.
You don't know what you don't know. And if I had known better, I would have done better, but I didn't, and I needed someone who did.
My name is Amanda. My parents are Rick and Sandy. Some things changed in my life and in my daughter's life, and I was looking for some help. My mom told me about a Chance to Change and how it was helping her and my dad, and gave me a little bit of background, and she recommended a Chance to Change for me, and that made a big impact. And really pleasantly surprised with how much fruit I found from the work that was being done with my counselor. I tell her all the time that I don't know what I would do without her, and she will come back and tell me that I'm the one doing the work, and I tell her, but you're the one with the map and the light, and you're telling me how to get there, and I really appreciate her for that.
For me, the Chance to Change model allows people to actually be more productive, allows them to be a better person that they want to be, because nobody really wants to spend their time fighting. Nobody really wants to spend their time arguing or being at a distance from one another. One of the things my wife says to just about everybody is, you may not know it, but you need to get counseling.
I kind of have been an evangelist, for lack of a better word. It's a common ailment. And if there is really a way to bring freedom to people, then go get your counseling and get free. Get that part of your life back. My sister, my daughter, my youngest son, and a granddaughter have all been helped by Chance to Change.
A Chance to Change has been a gift for our entire family. There tend to be repeating patterns in families, and as my parents were seeing some things that they were able to address and fix, and as we've been able to address some of those patterns, it's brought all of us closer together and helped us all to be stronger. We were a close family before, but we're even closer now.
For anyone who needs help or knows anyone that needs help, I definitely say that this is a great place to start. I've just experienced like a lot of love and support that I never thought I would get.
When you give to Chance to Change, you can rest easy knowing that the services are being offered to families like mine to make them stronger, to our community to make us all stronger, and to help where help is needed most.
Thank you, Amanda, and also to Rick and Sandy's family for sharing your stories so that others might find their way toward healing. Tonight, we celebrate you. Moving on now to the past board chair for A Chance to Change. Here's Susan Edwards.
Thank you, Amanda and Rick and Sandy and your family for sharing your story. This is what recovery is all about. It takes a lot of honesty. It takes a lot of courage. It is not easy. It's hard work, but it works. Tonight, we are celebrating recovery. Although it may look different, we're celebrating all the families and individuals just like you or someone you love, all the people made whole again through the efforts of A Chance to Change. And I applaud you. But in the midst of celebrating, I have to acknowledge those of you whose hearts are heavy. Heavy because someone you cared about succumbed to the total despair of mental illness or lost their battle with addiction. I acknowledge as well those of you who are still locked in this vicious struggle. Tonight we remember those who did not recover, and we remember those who struggle every day. We choose at A Chance to Change to symbolize this struggle with this chair. It's an empty chair, the chair of our lost dreams. This is the chair where we rocked our babies and dreamed of what their futures would hold. It's the chair that sits empty at the dinner table where our loved one no longer sits. This is the chair where our medical workers and our teachers in these unprecedented times struggle to mend broken bodies and crushed spirits. And finally, this is the chair where we rest our weary bones at the end of the day as we try to understand and sadly try to control diseases that defy understanding and cannot be controlled by us. This has been a year of loss, loss of life, loss of livelihoods, loss of hope. And yet time passes. Graduations, weddings, birthdays, and holidays will pass without our loved ones. Time passes, but the hurt and heartache of loss does not go away. This struggle is real. Tonight we remember those who did not recover and ask that you stand with us to erase the stigma of addiction, of mental illness. We've all been through so much. We all need to work together to bring these issues out into the open to break this stigma. Our pledge to you at A Chance to Change, we will continue to fight to erase the stigma surrounding mental illness and addiction so that all who seek help can find it, no matter how long it takes, no matter how much it takes. This cycle must be stopped. And now I would like to welcome Ron Carr, our current Chance to Change board chairman, to the podium.
Thank you, Susan. You're joining us here tonight because we want you to help us save lives, to provide hope when others feel that there's nothing or no one else that can possibly understand. What we're asking for is very simple. Your gift allows A Chance to Change to provide treatment and resources to anyone who asks for help. Financial difficulty should not determine someone's access to mental health and recovery services. The people who come to us can't change their past, but your gift helps them a chance to change their futures. To give, please text COR21 to 44321 or give online at the link below. Tonight, we are proud to announce that we have a dollar-for-dollar match up to $15,000, which means that your gift tonight has double the impact. In case you're wondering where your dollars will be used, we want you to know. Your gift keeps the doors to mental health and recovery open to anyone and everyone who asks for help. There's not a braver, more vulnerable moment than when someone asks for help, and we will be there when they do. Just because someone has insurance, that doesn't mean that mental health care is paid for. You would be shocked at how many people have unreasonable high insurance deductibles or huge gaps in coverage. It takes all of us to create a community where we can thrive. Everyone deserves a chance to change. You make change possible with your donation, so please give what you can. We thank you in advance for joining our community and uniting in the fight for accessible mental health and recovery services. Thank you for donating to Stand Up Against the Stigma and allow those who seek treatment to receive it. Brian, back to you.
Now, each year, A Chance to Change honors a special person who makes a notable difference in the Oklahoma recovery community with the Jim McGinnis Award. This award honors the memory, the vision, and the passion of another past board chair, Jim McGinnis. The hallmarks of Jim's leadership and his commitment to A Chance to Change were his focus on education, counseling, and outreach programs. Jim was literally a rocket scientist. He combined his book smarts with his street smarts, using his intelligence and passion, plus his own personal experience with addiction and recovery, to challenge A Chance to Change to grow. It is thanks to Jim that we're able to offer recovery and hope to more people than ever before. Of his many significant accomplishments, the countless people he sponsored, mentored, and inspired, and his drive to improve and expand the recovery community are the things for which we believe he will be remembered the most. Tonight, the Jim McGinnis Award is presented for the very first time to a couple, and a very special couple they are. Here are Donna and Blake Wade.
Hi, I'm Donna Wade.
And I'm Blake Wade.
And we've been married since June 25th, 1993. Blake and I met here in Oklahoma City, and we met in recovery.
I met them many years ago in recovery here in Oklahoma City, and have known them through the years and have seen what their work is like, getting people into a new way of living. And it's been wonderful. We've kind of marched this march together. Jim, I know, would feel like Blake and Donna both are very deserving of this award.
After I began my recovery journey, I became very interested in family work. And so that led me to go back to school. I went to OU and got a second master's in human relations. And also I went and got my LPC. So that's a licensed professional counselor. This was work that was close to my heart. I grew up in a family with a father that drank, and I understood those family dynamics as a child, how important it would be to have someone to talk to. So I just followed my heart, and eventually I went into private practice.
She has been for many years a real presence in the mental health field. And I think that, coupled with recovery, has really made her a double threat, so to speak. She's very approachable.
Donna and Blake I've known for many years. They're committed to recovery, and they live it every day. And so it's not something they have to turn on or off. And when I got to work with Blake, I really got to see that on display. He's just always willing to help somebody.
I would describe Blake and Donna both as people that care. It's really amazing to me how much good Donna and Blake have done, devoting themselves to people in recovery. Big hearts, warm hearts, and they're always out to want to help somebody.
I've said this about my own dad. My dad, I came from an alcoholic family. I never dreamed I'd ever be like my father. And yet I ended up just being as bad or worse than him. How can that be? It's because it's a disease. And I loved my dad more than anybody in the world, but I also hated him when he was drinking. And that's the same thing that has happened to me and others. And what we try to do is stop the pain. So many of us have lost our careers over this alcoholism and drug addiction. You know, there's a way to stop going down that drain, if I may say.
Blake's one of those guys, and Donna is one of those women. They know that, you know, when someone's hurting, they need to be met where they are. And Donna and Blake are great at doing that. In 2004, when I got into recovery, at that point, you know, you need support. You need family, you need friends, and Blake was one of those individuals. You know, Donna's the same way. She's a professional. She works in the industry. She's helped countless individuals, and she just has that aura about her that you can tell she's a person that's in recovery. And it's just so comforting to be around people like that, especially when you're new in recovery.
One of Blake's most powerful tools is his humor. You know, when we first come in, there's not a whole lot funny. And if somebody can get us to relax and to laugh, and he could share his experience, strength, and hope. I know this for a fact. Men come in and recover, and if they find their children are beginning to have problems, they can spot it. Many times they'll go to Blake with their son to get help. And you know, I think that shows great confidence. And Blake has always had the hand of recovery out and ready.
So there's no problem with me being able to say to these fine families that, Blake, what do I do? I've run out of money. I don't know what else to do with my child that's 24 years of age, has one child, you know, they're about to lose their job. And so I've had that opportunity, and I remember so many times saying, well, now, are you really ready to get going? If you are, let's go to Chance to Change. And they'll help you with your child.
So the mission of Chance to Change, you know, to help people dealing with mental illness and chemical abuse and alcoholism, drug addiction, gambling, no matter what it is, the principles of these programs really apply to any of those. And that's the beautiful thing about it. Blake and Donna are in the community every day working those principles. And you may not notice it, you know, from a 30,000-foot view. But I've been with Blake countless times when his phone's rang and it'll be somebody and they've got a family member that's looking for help and they don't know who else to call. They call Blake, and he immediately either offers help or finds someone to connect them with to help them. And you know, those are the same things that Chance to Change is doing inside their building. Is they're trying to find solutions for people. They're trying to connect people with resources. You know, that's what we need to battle this.
They need all of us to be able to give some. So please give what you can, and I promise you that the board and the staff at Chance to Change will make sure that it is being used in the proper manner. That I promise you.
And that's one thing about being in recovery myself. I'm very particular about the referrals that I use. And so I really, really trust this organization. We watch over from 1978 to today how this organization has grown and all the different programs that they give this community. Chance to Change has stepped in, and for that we're all better as therapists in this community for the work that Chance to Change has done.
But they're both wonderful people, and I'm very proud of them, and I congratulate them both.
I want to say how humbled I feel being given this award on behalf of Chance to Change and Jim McGinnis.
Jim and I were in sobriety together at the beginning when he got here. A pure genius, Jim McGinnis was. I can't think of another human being I'd rather receive an honor from than Jim McGinnis and Liz McGinnis.
It's hard to say what I'm feeling now, but I'm going to say this. I love you both, and thank you for everything you've done for this community.
Now, I do have to add a quick postscript. A few years ago, I was telling a friend about a young man who was working to get back onto his feet after a struggle with substance use disorder. My friend said, if you don't know Blake Wade, you should. And he told me how Blake had helped so many young people, connecting them with recovery resources, helping them find jobs, just going that extra mile for them. Since then, I have gotten to know Blake and have seen firsthand the difference he makes in our world. You know, recovery really is a we deal. Donna and Blake Wade live that truth every day. And so does Dr. Christian. We're so lucky to have them here among us in our community. Now, a reminder as we move into the home stretch of our program. Please go to the link you see on your screen to bid there on our silent auction items. Bidding is open until 5 p.m. tomorrow, April 1st. Another way to make a gift, text COR21 to 44321 or give online at the website achancetochange.org/celebration-of-recovery. Chancetochange.org, celebration of recovery. And to all who have given or plan to give, thank you so much for your support. It has been my honor to MC this amazing event, as again, A Chance to Change is near and dear to my heart, and they are so deserving of your support. Please give as generously as you're able. As we close, please welcome the chairs for the celebration of recovery for this year, Luke Pittman and Molly Campbell.
What an amazing evening this has been. The incredible stories we've heard tonight of journeys towards positive mental health and recovery are why we celebrate. We are so grateful for the generosity of our patrons and for each of you who share the passion to help others. Your support enables the talented team of professionals, counselors at A Chance to Change to lead people to healing and to happiness.
Let's make Oklahoma a better place. Together we can make a difference and overcome any crisis. This year, mental health is more important than ever. A Chance to Change will continue to support individuals and families as they navigate through difficult times, embrace sobriety, and confront change. We are excited for the future of this organization as we aspire to make 2021 a year of growth. The Serenity Prayer is a time-honored tradition in the recovery community and a powerful reminder of acceptance and strength. We share this prayer as a reminder that in recovery, and despite our own human limitations, we have the power within ourselves to make real and positive change. Please join us.
God,
grant
me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Thank you. Have a good night.